Hello, hello. How's it going? Time for round 2. Hope everyone's good. Bagall says, hey, how you doing? Hope you're well. Fish says, I'm sorry. What are you sorry about? Hope you're good as well. Man, that Conference League trophy is ugly as hell. It looks horrible. It looks a bit like the Europa League trophy, but the kind of designer and artist got a bit carried away. Or should I say Nations League trophy? Look, I'll show you. Horrible. Why would you design a trophy that looks like that? Like, why does it kind of curl up? I don't know. That trophy is just not to my taste. Fish says, I was shopping earlier. I'm here. That's okay. What did you buy? Did you buy anything nice? Did you buy anything cool? The General says, evening. How you doing, the General? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a nice weekend. You've added the Johnny Bravo picture. No, that's the first thing I noticed. I like it. It's also because you're Johnny B, because the B stands for Barcelona, but the B also stands for Bravo, so that's an easy way to remember it. Says, hello, sorry for missing the last stream. My Wi-Fi was bad. That's okay, no problem. Glad you're here now. Lucas says, my sister just had her first period. How do I get the taste out of my mouth? I think it's one of those things, the more times you do it, like the less you taste it, like from experience. So it's just one of those things. Eventually you'll become desensitized to it. The General says, WIRTZ still not arrived. It will collapse. I think it will be okay. I think it will be okay. If we're still in the kind of same situation next week, then I'll be kind of slightly concerned. But I think I kind of hope there'll be a fair amount of progress in the next few days, because WIRTZ has played his kind of last game today, so yeah, fingers crossed we should see some progress. Celtic Symphony says red card. 113 million rejected. Yeah, I've heard they're kind of holding out for about 120 million. Would you pay 120 million, or do you think that's too much? For me, I think 120 million, that's probably like the upper end of the scale, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I think if they ask for much more than that, then we should perhaps tell them to do one. But let's see what happens. Johnny says, I've got a story about my couch. About your coach. Sorry, about your coach. Was this about your football coach that you were mentioning yesterday? What's the story? Learn History and Geography says, hello, Learn History and Geography. How are you doing? Have you got a favorite historical period? Or interesting choice of words, given what someone said earlier. Have you got a favorite geographical area? Let us know. Quote of the day is, remember, is fish is watching you. That's actually not the quote of the day. Somebody earlier, when you weren't here, somebody said fish is the goat of the stream, and I was like, fish is the goat of the stream. Somebody said that earlier. So again, it shows that you're appreciated. So I think that's the quote of the day. The general says, I'd offer 120 million plus Jota. How much would you value Jota at then? Let me get rid of this horrible trophy. You can look at my horrible face instead. How much would you value Jota at? Because I'd probably value Jota about 40 million. So if we do 120 plus Jota, would that be 160 million? And then is that maybe a bit too much? Maybe like 100 plus Jota or something like that. I was him. I said it yesterday. You did say it yesterday. David Leiva Sanchez says España. Non España. English ou français. But in reality, English. I act like I can speak French. In reality, I just know a few words. Let me set the timer. Because these lot are kicked off. Fuck. 1 second. We're on 45 seconds. Waiting for it to catch up. 42, 40. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. The general says Jota 5 million. You reckon 5 million? No chance 40 million. Wow. I thought 40 million was fair. You must really hate Jota then. I do think he's not as kind of good and as effective as he was in previous seasons. How old is Jota? Should we have a look? He's 28. There's no chance he's 28. Apparently he's 28. I thought he was much older than that. I thought he was like 32. I mean, he plays like he's 52 currently, but apparently Jota's 28. I mean, if he's 28, we can probably get a decent fee for him then. For some reason, I thought he was a lot older than that. Guess who's back again? We have RG255. How you doing? Hope you've been having a good weekend. RG255 says, bro, what? I know. We were just talking about Jota and kind of how much we could potentially sell him for. And I was kind of thinking in the back of my head, like he's probably about 32 years old. But according to Wikipedia, he's 28. Fish says, Google you din din dun ma din 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 dun. I will Google that. I promise I will Google that. The general says, I don't hate Jota. He's no Fowler. I hear ya. I mean, Fowler to a certain degree felt like a kind of once in a lifetime kind of player. You know what I mean? And I think the problem with Jota this season, he just seemed it's just like his legs are like completely gone. Like there's not scoring, but he's even like in the wrong positions half the time, and it's like, is he even running anymore? What's going on? So I wouldn't mind selling Jota. The only thing is with that, I think Núñez is definitely going to go, and I think Diaz is potentially going to go, and I'm not sure if the club would sell 3 players. But let's see what happens. Johnny says, I apologize to him about me kissing his daughter. He took my apology and gave me my starting spot back. Fantastic. Good to hear. It looks like you scored in both ways then, if you know what I mean. Hi 7 says, hi again, Salah. Hello. I'm surprised people haven't called me Ange yet. If people haven't called me Ange, and people are calling me Salah, that means like I'm not like, you know, I'm relatively healthy. When people start calling me Ange, then I'll probably start exercising a bit more. Hi Seven said Ronaldo just tackled Yamal right now. Yeah, I mean Ronaldo's looking lively the first few minutes. Portugal with a shot goes wide. Owen says Jota is absolutely terrible. I think especially this season, he hasn't been playing particularly well. Again, if I was to bet on it, if I had a gun to my head, which let's hope that doesn't happen, but if I had a gun to my head, I'd say I think he's gonna stay, because I think, and again I don't agree with it, but I think Nunes is definitely gonna go and Diaz is probably gonna go. So I think Jota might end up staying, but let's see. Liam says evening all. Hello Liam, how you doing? Hope you've had a nice weekend and I hope you're doing well. RB20 says, in my opinion, Jota is cheeks. What does cheeks mean? Am I showing my age here? I feel like an old man. I'm like, what's cheeks? Is cheeks like bad? Like he's not good? Is that cheeks? In my opinion, Jota is cheeks. If Liverpool are serious, they should get a number 9. They have presence in the market. They do. I definitely think they'll get a starting striker. If I was to guess, and again, I don't know anything. I know the same as you lot. If I was to guess, I'd say they bring in a starting striker and Jota stays as the backup. Slot seems to really like Jota. But again, I could be talking nonsense. I'm just giving my opinion. Owen says Nunes is staying another year, mate. Do you reckon? See, in my opinion on this, and again, I have to always stress it's my opinion. I'm not like an authority or anything. But my opinion on this is they've given him 3 years. He hasn't really excelled. Is a 4th year really going to change anything? I don't think so. Whereas if they give him 1 more year, then the flip side of that, I think the flip side of that is he then has less time left on his contract in a year, and so his resale value would go down. I've explained that terribly, but I think you know what I mean. Like his value with 3 years left is a lot better than his value with 2 years left. English or Spanish? If that's a question for me, I speak English, a bit of French, definitely no Spanish. Fish says the quote of the day is, remember Fish is watching you, and Lewis Cook and Abdoulaye Doucouré. So have you got 6 eyes? Actually, some fish do have 6 eyes, so you might be onto something. The General says, Owen, I'm with you. Hi Servant says, your Salah and the Liverpool shirt. True. This is like an old one though. Johnny says, I'm dating my coach's daughter. You are. And you also scored a free kick the other day, so you scored twice. The General said, I've heard Darwin is staying. I've heard that as well. I hope it's just rumours and kind of conjecture. Fish is Pep Guardiola. Cheeks means backside. Okay, I understand. That makes sense then. So when RB20 said, in my opinion, Jota is cheeks. That's quite good. Actually. So in my opinion, when it's cheeks, it means that he's backside. I get it. Groland Sat says Shirky is a better option than WIRTZ and cheaper. Interesting. He is definitely cheaper. Sorry, there was just a cat outside, so I got distracted. Normal, innit? Shirky is cheaper. I mean, I think WIRTZ is better, but Shirky is like a quarter of the price. Do I think WIRTZ is 4 times better? No. But I think Shirky is very good. WIRTZ is better, but is he 4 times the price better? Probably not. Under the Floodlights said Claudio Ranieri retired for 2 weeks and Italy already calling him to manage. Just let a man retire. They need to leave the guy alone, man. The guy's gonna die, and like at his funeral they'll be asking him to take one more job. Just let the guy rest. Let the guy rest. Isn't he like 400 years old now? Like let the guy, let the guy chill out. Rahul Shah says not better option but cheaper, that's for sure. Yeah, I was saying a similar thing in the sense that I think WIRTZ is a better player, but Shirky is still good. But to be fair, I don't think WIRTZ is 4 times better than Shirky, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Fish says, name people who know me. I know you. There's one at the very least. Nunes never misses. Yeah. I don't have a sarcastic response to that. It seems like he never scores, to be honest. Well, here's something funny. Johnny is saying, did Sonny come to the morning stream? And I was gonna say no. And then literally the very next comment on my list is Sonny saying Florian WIRTZ versus Pedri. So Johnny and Sonny, they're best friends. I think in response to your question, I think Pedri and WIRTZ are kind of very close. Very close. It's tough to say which one's better. Johnny says 3-2 Spain will win. I think they'll win 2-0, but let's see what happens. High 7 says Ronaldo has played in every final Portugal has ever been in. That's a pretty crazy statistic, to be fair. That's true. Johnny knows Fish too. Fish says, my brother is Trulimero Trulicina. Well, then there's a third person that knows you, Fish, your brother. RG255 says, British school sucks. It does suck. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. But to be fair, like even like 20 years later, I still sometimes have dreams that like I've got a test in school and I haven't like revised for it and the test is tomorrow. And I googled it and apparently this is a thing that happens to lots of people. So what I'm saying is even after you leave school, it will never leave your nightmares. Sunny says it's all Ter Stegen love. It is, as always. Fish says, buy me a Liverpool shirt of Fish. Would you not rather have a Gornig Zabjes shirt, since that's your team? Johnny says, hi, Sunny. Fish says, Google Trulimero Trulicina. I will. This is going to be like another brain rot thing, isn't it? That you always make me Google. It is. It's a character in Italian brain rot. And it's got a history because you always make me do these things. And it says a few days ago, you viewed Brie Bickus. And I'm like, yeah, this is another thing that Fish told me to Google a few days ago. Half my search history is the stuff that you tell me to Google. Fun fact, Ronaldo has also never scored in the knockout stage of the World Cup. Manuel Neuer has more. Wow. I'm sure Ronaldo loves that particular fact. Primary school football sucks. What sucks about it? Is it the standard? Is it the standard of football? Are there too many rules around it? What aspect of it sucks? Are there not enough people to play with? British school gives Johnny PTSD. That's a shame. Yeah, I think most people didn't particularly enjoy school, should we say? College was better. College was better. Like once you kind of go to kind of sixth form and that sort of thing. College was definitely more fun. I'd say of all of them, like secondary school, college, and then university. I'd say the middle one. I'd say college is the most fun because you're a bit older, but you don't have like the responsibility and the sense of impending doom that you have at university. So I would say just get to college, and then that's probably the most fun one. I do miss college. University I don't miss as much, even though it was good. Let us watch Penaldo versus Pemal. Yeah. Johnny says Google Bonnie Blue. Now I don't know who that is, but this person appeared on a news story today, and now I do know who it is. Durwood says hello again. Hi Durwood. How's your Sunday going? It must be Sunday afternoon for you. It must be 5:16 p.m. But yeah, hope you're having a nice weekend. I did check on my plants just before this, and I had to give them a good watering. But yeah, hope all is going well. Sunny says, when was the last time Portugal faced Spain? Because I only remember, I can't remember. I can't remember yesterday, man. You know, I can remember yesterday. I can't remember last week. Durwood says, hello, Fish. I was telling Fish earlier that we were talking about him earlier. He was out shopping, he said, so he missed the stream. I said, that's okay. But on the stream earlier, somebody said Fish is the GOAT of the stream. And I was like, yeah, I think so. I was letting Fish know that he was missed. Fish says, Durwood RD, or is that Road? A boy for Daily Blend. I really don't know what you talk about half the time. Sunny and Johnny are rekindling their friendship. Saying Ter Stegen is better than Valdez. Do you agree? RG255 says football in British schools sucks because there's too many arguments and fights. I see. Presumably fights about whether things are free kicks or not, whether things are goals or not. I presume that sort of thing. Yeah, that's not ideal. Close 316. Was there a chance at 316? Was that the Ronaldo chance? I'm on like 17 minutes unless our feeds are on like different times. Johnny is anti-Madrid. I like the hashtag. Is the branch for your grapes still working? I did check on that. I think I was telling Pixel the other day, like, so basically for context for everyone, I'm growing some grapes in the garden, right? I'm growing some grapes in the garden. And I've got like 30 grapes on like a branch. And the update is some of them have fallen off, but the ones that have stayed have gotten bigger. So I think I will hopefully get a few grapes. RG255 says yes. Yeah, maybe you need a referee. Durwood says I'm staying over here with Fish. I'm not getting involved. I think that's the best approach. Johnny, aka Sunny's best friend, says not in my sleep, Sunny, especially nowadays. So there's the answer. So the question is Ter Stegen better than Valdez? Do you agree? And the answer is not in my sleep, especially nowadays. Fish's top 10 hottest footballers. Number 1, Number 1, Punch Me. Number 2, Anang. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Boy is. I don't know what Daloon is. I know what chocolate cake is. I've not had that for a while. 5 is mac and cheese. 6 is Livramento. 7 is fish. 8 is You Never Walk Alone. 9 is Obama. And 10 is Bruno G. and Podolski. Good to know. Good to know. The time is here is 3:16. Oh yeah, of course, because you're 5 hours away. What? I literally subtracted, like, for some reason I thought it was 10:20, but it's 8:20. Yeah, no, it's 3:16 because you're 5 hours away. Chicken jockey. Parcel to some of us. Tarek says, "Oi, oi, oi." Hello, Tarek. How's it going? How's your weekend going? I hope it's good. I hope it's well. Johnny says fish likes BDSM. Would not surprise me in the slightest. Sonny says, where is the Spanish attack? Come on, Penaldo can't win another trophy. I hear ya. I hear ya. It's still early. It's still early days. It's still early days in this game here. Hoyson on the ball. Hoyson forward. Zubamendi is playing in the middle. Cross by Yamal. And Zubamendi scores. So I don't know if this is a level of psychic power for Sonny. So I left Sonny's comment up for like a minute that said, where is the Spanish attack? Come on, Penaldo. Can't win another trophy. There you go. Are you happy? You know what? Can you write another comment, Sonny, that I'm gonna win the lottery next week, and then I'm gonna leave it up for a minute, because clearly whatever you say, if I leave it up for a minute, it comes true. Austin 316 said, I just whipped you a goal. Yeah. But yeah, when Durwood said 316 earlier, I thought it was like an Austin thing as well. Yeah, good goal. Well, messy goal, but a goal is a goal, to be fair. I hate to say it, but Zubamendi was key in that, because he broke the lines, he broke forward, he got into the box, and then he smacked it in. Zubamendi with the goal, says Durwood, yeah. Oh, is that offside though on Oyarzabal? I never know how to say his name. Oyarzabal. Check over, goal given. I should increment the score, and look, I did it without needing to be told. Look at me being all efficient. Pedri goal was awesome, says Johnny. RG255 says, I punched someone and won the old 4 versus 3 derby. You punched someone at school. I wouldn't recommend that, but it's done now, I guess. What can you do? Not Sunny. Oh God, my speaker is just turned on. I'm trying not to say anything. You know the ALEXA? I literally said Sunny and they activated, so I'm waiting for it to shut up. Top 20 hottest footballers. 11 toilet, 12 me, 13 chocolate, 4 Delara, 5 is the bit where you stepped on a plug again. 16 is these nuts. I'm surprised these nuts are in position 16. They've been higher before. 17 is Claire the Loon. What is that? 18 is Gusto. 19 is 19 is Beethoven. And 20 is Shopping. Is there no Pachelbel? Is there no Mozart? How have we progressed onto classical composers? Like it's the most random thing. Mozart is gonna be quite offended. He's not on your list. Where is my luck during Barcelona match versus Inter? True. Maybe the universe is giving you the luck back that it took during the game. Sunny right that he will win a UCL. It's always possible with Barcelona. Red Rebellion says Zubamendi, he might even pull a fast one on Arsenal. Those are the rumours, you know. He pulled a fast one on us last year. And I saw a news story a few days ago where he was kind of hyping up Real Madrid, where he was basically saying, oh, you know what? Xabi Alonso was always my hero growing up. I would love to play for him. And understandably, Arsenal fans got wind of that and they were like, what? Zubamendi just ain't loyal. Like, he's a literal, like, whole bag. So, I think he just doesn't want to leave Spain, to be honest with you. I think he's one of those. He might go to Real Madrid. He might go to somewhere nearby, but I get the impression he just doesn't want to leave Spain. He flirts with the idea during the year. So he flirts with Liverpool. He flirts with Arsenal. But then it never seems to happen. Oh my God! Is that Nuno Mendes? Good Lord, Nuno Mendes. The player that who to be fair, pocketed Salah, unfortunately. And who has had like an amazing season, has just scored an amazing goal. Johnny says, I think my Wi-Fi will go crazy again. That's okay. We understand. High Seven said, could Portugal come back? When you posted that message, I was about to say probably not, but the answer is yes, apparently. Ooh, is Ronaldo offside though? Fish is indeed the Riddler. Alex Macklin 835 says thoughts on WIRTZ. Excited if we get him, like not super excited. I tend not to get like super excited like until I'll just change the score from that Mendes goal. I tend to like not get super excited until the player has actually signed. But like if I had to guess, I reckon we'll get the deal done this week. But like if they keep asking for crazy money, I think we might need to tell them to do one and ask WIRTZ to put pressure on them. Sunny said, what do you think? Sorry, Alex, on the WIRTZ situation. As I said, I'm excited. I think it will get sorted this week. If it doesn't get sorted, then I'll probably get worried. And if they keep asking for more money, tell them to F off. Tottenham Hotspur will win the Champions League. If that happens, that means I'm dead. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen, because if you're dead, Sonny, Johnny would be very upset. Nice goal, Sister Wood. I agree. Johnny said, should you think I go out with my coach's daughter for coffee? I mean, if you like her, why not? Go for it, man. Go for it. You rue the chances you don't take rather than the ones you do take and they fail, I guess. Seems like a good plan, man. You have our support. High Seven said 1-1. Mendes 1-1. Yeah. Nice goal. I thought it might be disallowed, but it hasn't been disallowed. RG255 says the abandoned house in Grantham in the woods. So, and if you going into your house, you're not going to be right. So it's a haunted house. I think I'll avoid that. Sanatani Kiran said 1-1, bro. Yeah, nice goal. I thought it might be offside, but it looks like they've checked it now and it's been given. Fair play. I thought Spain would dominate this game, but the Portuguese are giving them a good game here. Sunny saying this game is BS. It is BS. Fish has now extended his top 10 hottest players list to the top 30. Number 21 is Jan Black. Number 22 is PM. Number 23 is, again, that's the point where you stepped on something. 24 is I don't know. So this is actually a top 29 hottest players list. 25 is Salah. 26 is Vega. 26 is Chopin. So again, we're putting classical composers into your hottest players list. 8 is Thierry Henry. 9 is William Shakespeare. And 30 is Brie Dickus. Good to know. Is it offside? Said High 7. I thought it was. But apparently not. Liverpool Goal says WIRTZ will join. There is no way Leverkusen are walking away from a record deal. I hear you. I think you're right. To be fair, because he's also only got 2 years left, and I presume they would know that if they don't cash in now, if they cash in next year when he's got 1 year left, the fee would be significantly reduced. And if they wait 2 years, they'll get nothing. So I think ultimately you're right. They will kind of cash in. And we're thinking about it purely from a kind of financial perspective as well. Like WIRTZ probably wants to go, probably wants to get out of there. So I think you're right. I think honestly, I think it'll get sorted. I think it'll get sorted next week. Fish says hi, Johnny and Sunny. High 7 said your prediction's wrong already. 26 minutes in. Yeah. Shows what I know. Did you predict the 3-1? Did you predict the 3-1 earlier? You picked the 3-1 earlier. Johnny says the coach gave me permission, but she's 3 years older. I don't know. But aren't you 17? So is she 20? I mean, you're not breaking any laws, I guess. I mean, if the coach has given you permission and you like her, then, I mean, going out for coffee can't hurt, I guess. Fish says, where's Walsall? Walsall is around Birmingham, around there. Which club did Shakespeare play at? Stratford-upon-Avon FC. And where is Newton? I'm not sure. That's people that have been there before, has not come back. All right. Is that where Darwin Núñez's finishing went? Is Brie because Dickus playing? He is playing. Yeah, that's my reaction as Johnny B has summed it up here. Fish, what on earth are you on about? But we love it nonetheless. High 7 said Xbox or PlayStation. I think they're both good, to be fair. On Xbox, like I like Game Pass. Game Pass is pretty good. Whereas on PlayStation, like I like some of the exclusives. Currently I have a PC. I play on that now. But before that, I had a Series X and I had a PS5, and yeah, they're good. I mean, they're all good. Yeah, I tend to get both consoles. Before that, I had like a 1X, I had a PS4. I never had a PS4 Pro. I had a PS4 normal one. I had a PS3, I had an Xbox 360, I had a PS2. I didn't have original Xbox. And I had a PS1. I had a Super Nintendo. Maybe I'm showing my age there. But yeah, I like them both, man. They're both good. Sonny says, is Papa Perez in the VAR room? Because we all know countless goals got scored by Real Madrid. He might be. You never know. You never know. Johnny says, hi, Fish. Hi, Seven says, I didn't make any predictions. I just hope Portugal win. Fair enough. Somebody predicted 3-1 earlier today. I mean, I think Spain will win, but if Portugal win, no problem. RG255's choice console of choice is PlayStation. Sonny said, Johnny, you're a victim. Blink twice if you need help. Sonny's referring to the 20-year-old that you might be taking out. RG255 said no. Johnny says, but she is a bit kinky. So there are advantages to the coffee. Bill Carr says, nerds. Appreciate the compliment. I live near the house. It's creepy as hell. Best to avoid that house then. Best to avoid that house. RG255 refutes Bill's claims and says we are not nerds. Hi Seven says, do you think using your second kit or away alternate kit affects your gameplay? It probably does. It probably does. I think because like the home kit is pretty much always the same color, right? Like it's pretty much always red for Liverpool, whereas the away kit is like sometimes it's white, sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's yellow, and then maybe there's an argument that subconsciously it does affect your performance. Do you remember when Brendan Rodgers was Liverpool manager? When Brendan Rodgers was Liverpool manager, the net, as in the goal net that the ball went into, that used to be red. I don't know if anyone remembers this. Used to be red. And then when Klopp joined Liverpool, he said, get rid of the red nets because like from like the corner of the eye, the players can't see the red net or something. So then when Klopp joined, he got rid of the red nets and Anfield got white nets again. So there probably is some sort of logic in kind of subconsciously kind of seeing things. Even if it's like 1%. There probably is something in that. Johnny is blinking, so he might need your help, Sonny. Liverpool goal said that is enough info. yeah. There's we do get too much info at certain times. I can't lie. Hi Seven, I said, so not using your main kit affects your game slightly. I would think it does. I would think it does. I would think it does. The reason for that is like the main kit is always like the same color. So I feel like subconsciously, if a player's making a quick pass, like they can see, oh, it's red and they'll do it quicker. Whereas if it's a different color, they might have to think, oh, wait, it's yellow? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're yellow today. Yeah. Then I can pass it. Again, could be horse rubbish I'm coming out with. But if I had to guess, because the brain can only react so fast, right? I think there might be something in it. Sunny says, we are nerds of football. We know what we want and what we love is to talk. And what we love to talk, me, when you represent millions of people's hopes. Exactly. We like being nerds. It's not an insult. It's a compliment. Red Rebellion says Bodgers. Bodgers or Rendon Bodgers. Yeah, I don't miss that guy. What a bizarre individual he was. What a strange man. he was just a weirdo. Like that's how I describe him. Like he's just a weirdo. RG255 says, bro, I see black bags in that house. Yeah, best to stay away from that house. We don't know what's going on there. Sounds proper dodge. That house in Grantham in the woods. Johnny says, I will deny her. Johnny playing hard to get. Fair enough. Fish is coming up with the same question that he comes up with every single stream. And I said, Fish, I like the question, but does it have to be Arsenal players every single time? Can you mix it up? You changed it to Chelsea players last time after I threw a fit. But yeah, we've answered this question a few times. The reason why I'm not answering it is because I can't remember the answer. what did we say? We said Raheem Sterling, right? Oh fuck, he's at Arsenal right now. He probably doesn't count. We said Lacazette. We said Aubameyang. We said Oxlade-Chamberlain. We said Tierney. We said Leno. There's your 5. There's your 5. Liverpool Goals TV says, one trick pony. Thank heavens we pulled the trigger on getting rid of Brendan. Yeah, 100%. I remember when it happened. There was that clip of Thierry Henry and Jamie Carragher on Sky when Klopp got announced, and Thierry Henry was like, "What are they doing?" It's like these owners don't understand football, and I remember it was quite a shocking thing at the time. I was quite surprised by it. I can't lie. I was a bit surprised at the time. I knew Klopp was an amazing manager. I was just surprised that they kind of sacked the manager during the season. I thought, okay, that's not what I expected. But in hindsight, it was 100% the right decision. But yeah, Brendan was a bizarre individual. And not just because he called everyone a beautiful human being. Not just because he just kept saying great character in absolutely every interview. He was just a strange person. Sonny says, of course it does. Every time Barcelona use the second or third kit, we lose. Yeah. There must be something in the subconscious. Because like, if you're a Barcelona player, you see something out of the corner of your eye. If it's kind of blue, you know, okay, that's my guy. Whereas if it's the away kit, you're like, hold on, are we orange this season? Are we grey this season? Are we what? Are we blue, light blue? I think it takes an extra little kind of split second, and then that can be the difference. Johnny Bravo says, my Wi-Fi was gone. I changed to my room, mate. No worries. Hopefully there's better Wi-Fi in your room. Fish says, name 5 former Chelsea players that are still playing. Raheem Sterling. There's one. Fucking mind's gone blank, man. Who's still playing? For some reason, I just keep thinking of like really, really old Chelsea players from back in the day. Salah, that's a good one. De Bruyne, I guess. De Bruyne, he's a third one. Yeah, Salah, De Bruyne. Willian, Giroud, Havertz, Jorginho, Batshuayi. There we go. My mind has just gone blank. The funny thing is, when you asked the same question the other day, I think I was able to get 5. But you know when you've streamed one game in the morning and now you've streamed another one. Yeah, Rudiger is one I said the other day as well. Salah is like surely the most obvious one as well. Tottenham sacked their manager because he broke the rule of winning no trophy. Indeed, he has committed the grave sin that is not allowed at the Hotspurs. I've seen some rumours today linking Poch with the job, and I'm like, Spurs, don't do that. He ain't no good for you. Poch is like old style, no substance. Fish says Veltman, ew. Also, why did France use their white kit against Spain? Their main kit doesn't look any different to theirs. Oh, right. Yeah. Sometimes there's weird rules around it. Like you'd think, okay, Spain are wearing red, France are wearing blue. You should be okay. But sometimes It seems like there's weird rules, and then clubs wear kind of away kits when they don't need to kind of wear away kits. It's just a bit weird, really. Red Rebellion says lol fish. That's my reaction to pretty much everything Fish says. I'm like, lol fish. Ooh, have they scored? Is it Oyarzabal? Oyarzabal has scored. He doesn't quite believe that he's scored. He looks more shocked that he scored than anyone else does. But the Spaniards in the crowd are celebrating. Oyarzabal. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. The striker, number 21. Oyarzabal. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. The guy that always ends up scoring for Spain. Christensen's another one. Johnny said he's going to call his Wi-Fi and curse at the provider. Indeed, curse. Definitely kind of curse at the provider. Wi-Fi is so temperamental. What I ended up getting, and it's over there, but like, have you seen like in shopping centers sometimes? And if you look at the ceiling, this isn't it, but sometimes there's like a circular thing on the ceiling. That's actually the Wi-Fi router for the entire shopping center. I ended up buying one of those. So it's called like an access point. Because the router that like my ISP gave me was rubbish. So I ended up buying like one of those things that they have in shopping centers. And then that made things a bit better for me. It's also like the rule of playing your second kit, like the sponsors, and if they don't use it, what's the point of the second kit? Yeah, there's some weird like there's some weird rules. There's some weird rules about that. There you go. I was saying somebody earlier was saying 3-1 Spain. It was Dejan. Because my prediction was 2-0. And then when Portugal equalized, a high 7 was saying, your prediction's wrong. And I was like, my prediction's wrong. But I swear somebody earlier said 3-1. And it was Dejan here who said 3-1. So you might be correct. If you are correct, we will ask you the lottery numbers at a later date. Because that's pretty bang on prediction if it does end up 3-1. Number 21. Red card for Fish. Yes, red card. A red card. 5 match ban for you. Oh wow, those fans are absolutely loving it. Like it's only the Nations League, guys. It's not that deep. Halftime. Let's stop the timer before I forget. 45. Halftime. He charges full money and rubbish Wi-Fi. Yeah, I had to buy like my own like separate Wi-Fi router off Amazon because the ones that internet providers give, they're always rubbish. What's Yamal's score next for the last goal? That's a good prediction, to be fair. 3-1 win. You did call it in the afternoon. I will act as proof that is 100% what you said. So fair play. We'll have to ask your predictions every time because I think you're gonna get this one right, to be fair. Football too predictable. You say 2-1 and it ends up 5-4. That can happen sometimes. I think especially now we're not at like the peak or like, you know, the prime physical condition, because we're at the end of the season, so players are tired, so something crazy could happen. Can you imagine Pemal beat Penaldo in the Nations League and Messi in the finalissima. Yes, I'm sure Ronaldo will absolutely love that. I'm sure he will. I'm sure that will not keep him up at night. Johnny is scared that the girl that he's dating will kidnap him. Well, I hope that doesn't happen. If she does, if you go missing, then we know that you've been kidnapped. So you at least have some evidence. You have a ton of witnesses here who can vouch for you to say that you raised concerns about this and then it happened. So I hope that brings a level of comfort. Jenny Thong says Bruno Fernandes is moaning, hate him. Yeah, that's like, that statement is true like every single day of every single week of every single year. I mean, if we just look at that statement there, Bruno Fernandes is moaning, hate him. Well, that's always true. It's always true. Do you have a football in your room? Nope. As far as I'm aware, no. I don't have a football in my house. I was thinking of getting one just to play outside, but then I thought, am I too old for that? Did Ronaldo do anything in the first match, or is he still being completely dependent upon his teammates? Please tell him it's not the Saudi league. In the first half, he hasn't really done much. Obviously, in the semi-final, he got a goal. But so far, not much. Yeah. Jenny Thong said, did say 2-2 penalty, mate, in the afternoon. Yep, you did. My prediction's gone completely wrong. But Dayan said 3-1 earlier today. So that could be correct. Jenny said 2-2. That could also be correct. Let's see what happens. Fish said, let's go Gornik. You keep saying that, Fish. So this is Fish's team. They're called Gornik Zabrze because Fish is from Poland. And like, your season's over. So why are you saying let's go? Like, you ain't playing for God knows how long. Fish says a rich Choso lose. That's a shame to hear. But High 7 said Racco better. So High 7 says Racco are a better team than Gornik. What the fuck? Jenny says, someone proposed to you and asked them to marry you. How would you like them to do it? And why? Don't be shy. What say? I mean, if I was proposed to, I'd find that a bit weird. But I'd like something small, not in front of people, not public. Like I don't like big fancy shows. I don't like big fancy shows, if you know what I mean. Like the less the better, the more private the better. I prefer that sort of stuff. I'm pretty kind of low key. Johnny says, if I don't come to the next stream, call the police. We shall do that. It will go to a penalty shootout. That could certainly happen. Barca better, says Sunny. Fair enough. That's our rivals. Rakow. Are they your rivals, Rakow? Is it Rakow or Rachau? So I presume you're not particularly fond of them, Fish, if they're your rivals. That's what I would presume. Ooh. They're just at half time now. They're showing like, you know, the standard thing at half time. They show the same goal over and over again. John, who could possibly be John, because we don't know if this is John, because there are 3 question marks. I'm like, John? Is it John? So potential John will say, says it's a robbery. It was a robbery on the foul for Silva. I hear you. I wasn't sure if the goal was gonna be given, to be fair, which is why I kind of delayed updating the score. But Portugal are not playing too bad. Like I thought I thought Spain would dominate this, but to be fair, Portugal are giving them a pretty good game. They could, I mean, if they come back into it in the second half, it wouldn't surprise me. It's Gornik Zabje versus Rucha Choso. All right, so those are your rivals. Fair enough. Don't worry, Fish. We will support your team, which is Gornik. What is this rivalry called? Is it Al Trashito? It isn't called that, but maybe it needs to be called that. Johnny says Barcelona are the very best, like no one ever was. I was thinking that's Pokemon, isn't it? I was like, that sounds really familiar. I'm like, what is that? And I was like, is it Bryan Adams? And then I went over it in my head and I was like, nah, that's the Pokemon theme song. Yeah. I'm trying to think what Pokemon would Yamal be? Yamal would be like Hitmonlee. Yamal kind of looks like Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee was the kicking karate one as well. So kicking football. There we go. Hi Seven says Portugal are probably better than England right now. My grandma is better than England right now, and she died like 20 years ago. England are just kind of woeful. Got good players, but just so boring, so risk averse, so slow. I honestly think it's a shame because they've got so many good players, but like hiring Tuchel was a baffling decision. Like I appreciate he's a cup manager, but he's very defensive. And is that the right thing here? I'm not sure. Sunny says a robbery, just like 2013 Ballon d'Or. There you go. Yeah, Pokemon. Yamal will be Sceptile. Who said? See, I don't know many Pokemon beyond the original 151. But for context, this is Sceptile. What the hell is this one? This is Yamal. You think this guy is Yamal? Maybe. I can see it. I thought Yamal was like Hitmonlee because scoring goals. Come on, that's Yamal. I mean, look at the eyes. You not see the eyes? The eyes are the same, number one. And number two, like he's like a karate guy, Karate guy taking, which involves kicking. No? Messi is the Arceus of football. Is this another new Pokemon? Alright, because like he's legendary. This one's Messi over here. Again, I don't know this. I know there's a game. I know there's a game called Pokemon Arceus. I didn't know that Arceus was the name of a Pokemon, but I know that now. Ronaldo is the Ghastly of football, always ghosted when his nations needed him. I do know Ghastly. Is that the one that's like a ghost, but it's got two hands, right? No. I was thinking of this one, the middle one. It's like Hunter or something. Yeah, I was thinking of that middle one that's two hands. When the person says Everton is better, tell them how long was it since Everton last won a trophy? A long time ago, man. 1996. It's approaching 30 years. Mbappe will be is that Blastoise? Blastoise, that's Pokemon number 9. That's the evolution of Squirtle and then Wartortle. I remember that. These are These are the Pokemon I used to have back in my day. Yeah, I can see the face a little bit. Johnny says Arceus is the god of Pokemon World. And then Sunny also said Johnny is the god. Arceus is the god of Pokemon World. You've both said the exact same thing, but you can't see each other's messages. So that's a bit creepy that you've both. That you know how like I say you're best friends, but you've also both kind of typed exactly the same message, but you can't see each other's messages until I put them on the screen, because Johnny's on Twitch and Sunny's on YouTube. That's creepy, right? Yeah. Johnny said that Arceus is the god of Pokemon World. And the wording is the same. The only difference is Sunny didn't capitalize the A on Arceus. Arceus is the god of Pokemon World. So see, I said you two are best friends. I hope I've proven it now. Sunny's my long lost twin. Yeah, there we go. There we go. High7 said, oh, are those Twitch and YouTube comments? Yes. And High7 is a TikTok comment. I'm fucking multitasking all over the place here, man. This is why my eyes are half shut. Oh yeah, you were probably wondering like what are these comments? Yeah. Hopefully like next to the picture there's like a little icon, and then that normally gives it away. So you see next to Johnny Bravo, there's a little purple thing. So that's Twitch logo. Next to Sunny's name, there's the YouTube Shorts logo, which means Sunny is watching it in vertical on YouTube. Whereas Fish has the normal YouTube like logo. So Fish is watching it on horizontal on YouTube. That's how I know. That's how I know everything's come from, because it's a different logo. High7 said didn't see the icon. Yeah, it can be a bit hard to see. It can be a bit hard to see, to be fair. Sunny says, I told you it's the test that you're going to love. 100%. And I'm glad to see yourself and Johnny finding common ground. It's good to see, man. Makes my life easier. High7 is saying hi Fish from another platform. There you go. See, I told you, Fish, everyone appreciates you. Even though you come out with the biggest nonsense I've ever heard in my life, everyone still appreciates you. And you both support Barcelona. Yeah, maybe you are kind of twins who are like separated at birth, in the sense that you agree on certain things, but certain things you're complete opposite on. They're coming back out now. They're coming back out for the second half. I know like Yamal is going to perform. I'd like to see a bit more from Williams, to be fair. Portugal are already out. Ronaldo is arguing with Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva is just nodding, like, yes, sir. Yamal and Williams are not coming out of the tunnel. They're discussing some secret tactics, I think. Sunny says Fish is the magic carp of this stream. Completely useless, but important for a powerful evolution of this stream. Yes, Fish is the magic carp / the Gyarados of the stream. Fish's picture is a bit like Magikarp. It's a normal goldfish, I guess, but you could say that's what Magikarp is kind of modeled after, I guess, because Magikarp is orange, isn't it? Sceptile, aka Yamal, will score, or in my world, Hitmonlee. I think he'll score. They're all telling each other secrets. They're all like, they're all doing that at the moment. M2 Leica said, "Can't do live Fußball zeigen." Something, I presume that's German. I hope my pronunciation is okay, but I'm not too sure what it means. Zeigen is to play, I think. Is that the verb to play, I think, in German? Gasly will win MVP. It's entirely possible. Second half's kicked off. Second half is kicked off. M2 Leica says 9. So what I said must have been incorrect. But I said it in English, so you must understand English. What is the biggest fall from grace in football? Mine will be Pogba, from a World Cup winner to getting banned for doping, and now there is a shadow over his 2026 squad list. Probably a good... that's probably a good one. I mean, another one's probably Mason Greenwood. So yeah. Interestingly, both Man United players, right? Mason Greenwood, Paul Pogba. Like I said, kannst du Deutsch oder ND? I don't know what that means. I don't speak German. Deutsch means German. I speak English and a bit of Francais. João Felix, yeah, that's a good one. He was the next big thing. He was the next big thing until he wasn't. Spain attacking again. Alika says, can you show the game of Portugal and Spain? I would if I was allowed to, but then the other downside is you then don't get to see my beautiful face, which is surely the main driver here. Ooh, Johnny with the tough questions. Like, genuinely, that's genuinely a tough question, you know. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? And I presume like I have to pick one flavor, right? Oh God, have Portugal just scored? Fernandez. Nah, it's offside. Like I can't cheat. We can't cheat and say like cookie dough or anything. I have to pick one flavor. Probably quite like chocolate ice cream. You can't go wrong with chocolate ice cream. Vanilla ice cream's okay, but it gets a bit sickly after a bit. I go with chocolate. I know some people don't like chocolate ice cream because it's not the sweetest, but yeah, I'll go with chocolate. How about you? Ronaldo has never disappointed me. He's always ghosted in international finals. Look at him lifting Euro 2016. Even though he barely played in the final, I won nothing, like man of the tournament. Yeah. I think I'm surprised he's even playing this, to be honest. But he's in that situation whereby in some ways it feels like he's overshadowing the team. And again, it feels weird to say, but it feels like he thinks and he is kind of bigger than the team. unfortunately, I think Ronaldo will only leave the team when he says that he's ready to leave the team. Sonny says, unlike Messi with 2 golden balls, yet he was considered international failure. So yeah, Penaldo, I get it. Fair enough. Johnny says, your face is more important. I appreciate that, Johnny. Thank you very much. Chocolate good, but not in ice cream. Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that. They said they like chocolate, but they don't like chocolate ice cream. So what would you say is the best flavor then? I mean, if it's any consolation, I don't think there's a bad flavor of ice cream. And like if we say like cookie dough or things with cake in it, like they're nice, they're even better. But I feel like that's kind of cheating. I feel like a favorite flavor of ice cream has to be like vanilla or strawberry or toffee or chocolate. You know what I mean? Like it has to be something basic. I'd go for chocolate. Oh, mint is quite nice. Blueberry. I've never had blueberry, but that sounds like it would be very, very nice. Borussia Dortmund 3464 says, if Ronaldo is not top 5, then Salah isn't top 30. In what context though? Do you mean like of all time, or do you mean right now? So I think the context is important. Of all time, I'd say, of course, Ronaldo's kind of one of the best ever. But this season, now this older version, not so much. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, what he's doing at this old age is still amazing, if you know what I mean. Borussia Dortmund says, yeah, all time. Yeah, yeah. I'd put Ronaldo ahead of Salah in an all time, 100%. I like Salah, but I'm not deluded. Favorite biscuits? Oh, coming out with the hard questions. Again, you're gonna sense like a chocolate theme here. I think Oreos are really good. And have you ever had like? I try not to have these too much because they're really bad for you. But have you ever had like caramel digestives, which are like chocolate digestives, but they got like a layer of caramel? Those things are like heroin, man. Like, I once bought a pack, and I was just sitting there, and like I ate like the whole pack. I ate the whole pack in one sitting, and since then I never bought them again because I don't trust myself. Like not to eat all of them. So I see them in the shops. I'm like, I love them, but I'm just not buying them. Borussia Dortmund says ginger biscuits are underrated. Yeah, they're quite nice. Like ginger snaps, those kind of things. Those are good as well. Those are another one. You know, because they're not too sweet. You keep on eating them. But yeah, no, those are nice. Those are nice as well. Chocolate malted milk, they're another fucking good. Chocolate malted milk, they're good. Chocolate like chocolate hobnobs, they're good. Pretty much anything with chocolate on it is pretty good, I think. You ever seen those biscuits like you know, sometimes from like expensive shops like Marks and Spencer, you get them in like a box, yeah, and you get like 20 biscuits for like £10 because they're expensive, and there's like 2 layers of them. All that stuff that's covered in chocolate. Oh, those are nice as well. Yeah, as I said, I'm quite good at not buying them because I know that I'll just eat all of them. With the paper packaging in the tin, yeah, both both really. So there's ones that you get in the tin, they're gonna be good. Sometimes they're in like a box, like a box that's maybe like the size of Like a box that's maybe the size of a laptop, if you know what I mean. Those are really good. Why do you like chocolate so much? Good question. I guess that's my vice. Like I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't I don't have those as vices, if you know what I mean, or addictions. But like my one is like chocolate. Some people they really like a drink, that's fine. Some people really like a vape, that's fine. For me, those things have never I've tried a cigarette before. It's just never done anything for me. But like for me, the thing that hits the senses in my brain, is chocolate. That's my one. And again, I can't control it. It's just one of those things. Salah's not top 30 of all time. Probably right. Probably agree, to be honest. I mean, top 30 footballers of all time. That's a pretty exclusive club. Watch Death Note. I've seen the movie of it. I've never watched like the proper anime version, but I've seen the movie of it. I think it was a movie with real people. I don't think it was an anime, but yeah, he'd write people's name in the book. He'd write people's name in the book, right, and then that person would die. Yeah. Favorite chewing gum? I don't really have a favorite chewing gum. Whatever's like on sale, whatever's on special offer. But I'd prefer like the kind of sugar-free ones, the kind of like Airwaves and all of those, like the sour ones. Johnny says I love pasta. Yeah, pasta's good. Yeah, pasta's real good. Movie is bad. Just watch until episode 25. The later Death Note is trash in my opinion. Why does it become trash? Does it become like repetitive? And like the same thing keeps happening over and over again? It's one of those things. People always talk about it. It's transcended like nerd culture, for want of a better word. It's more kind of mainstream. Like the average person kind of knows about it. Read the manga, says Johnny. It's that good. I might buy some manga just for decorative purposes as well. There's like the Dragon Ball Super manga I've seen. And the manga's ahead of the anime, isn't it? I don't know if you keep track of like Dragon Ball Super, but there's an anime and there's a manga, and there's differences between them. And the kind of state that they're in right now, the manga is actually ahead of the anime because there's certain chapters that they haven't animated. But I might need to get a couple. Of course, then I'll need a bookcase. Maybe I'll get rid of that wardrobe and stick it there. Or maybe I'll stick it over there. Who knows? A significant character is missing. Death Note stands for the cat and mouse tale of Al and Light. Interesting. I thought the movie was decent. Not the best thing ever. Like I'd give it like 2.5 stars out of 5. I mean, it was fine. Johnny says the story don't make sense after. Is that the later bit of Death Note? The story don't make sense later, so it's only worth watching the start. That's the vibe I get. Zubimendi's on the ball. I was just gonna say, can somebody write a Death Note for Zubimendi? Then I thought that's a bit harsh. That's probably a bit harsh for young Martin. Still 2-1 here. Unai Simon tries to kick it to Cucurella, and the ball just goes straight out. Johnny says Light should have won after Al's death. Is this Death Note characters? I'll be honest, I don't recall any of them. I watched the movie, which everyone's saying is rubbish, and I had a feeling when I was watching it, like, because it had real people in it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be trash. Well, it was okay, but yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember any of the character names. Dawood asks, who said 2-2? There was somebody earlier who said 2-2 and penalties. Oh God, Ronaldo just scored. Is that what you were asking? Is that what you were asking? I think it was Jenny Thong. I think it was Jenny Thong, who's on YouTube Vertical, that said it. Ronaldo has just scored. I was thinking that as well. I was like, no, Dejan's 3-1 prediction is wrong. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that going. I was banking on that being correct. So Nuno Mendes again. Nuno Mendes skips past Yamal like he isn't there. Crosses it in. Takes a deflection. I mean, fair play to Ronaldo, man. It is a tap in, but equally, like, he has to be in the right place to do it. I mean, fair play to the guy. Like, people will say that he scored 2 tap ins, which I can see. That's a goal in the. That's a goal in the semi-final and the final. But yeah, I think it was Jenny Thong. It's because the first 25 episodes covers the first half and the later 14 covers the second half. And it's way too sped up. Oh, right. So they're cramming a full second half into 14 episodes. That's the problem. Johnny says, search Lily Phillip. Do you want me to do that on incognito window? Something tells me that I should do that. Of course, Penaldo scored. It's a tap in. High 7 said, I missed the goal. How did Ronaldo score it? Well, Nuno Mendes, who's the left back, he skipped down the left hand side. Nuno Mendes dribbled it past Yamal, which was perhaps poor from Yamal. Nuno Mendes then crossed it in. When he crossed it in, the ball took a deflection and the ball kind of, I don't know if you on, yeah, so you're on TikTok. So the ball kind of looped up from Nuno Mendes' cross. It just fell to Ronaldo in the box. Ronaldo tapped it in. But a lot of credit has to be given to Nuno Mendes. Ooh, Spain are through. Oh, I thought they'd get another there. But yeah, to sum up, cross, scored by Ronaldo. Did Tapinaldo score again? This match is terrible. He did score again. Johnny B's prediction. 2-3. I can be right. You could be right. You could certainly be right with your prediction there. Sunny says, yeah, build Ronaldo a statue for another time. Sunny says, did I tell you Yamal is rubbish? Give Rafinha or Dembele the Ballon d'Or. You'd give it to, but you call Dembele Snake Belly. You've been calling him Snake Belly. Would you not rather give it to Mohamed Salah Ghali from the north of England? High 7 says that Portugal keeping up equalizing twice is good. Yeah, I mean, it shows that they're not giving up, if you know what I mean. They're still fighting them, yeah. 2-3 for whom, asks Sunny. So Sonny's question for his twin brother says, when twin brother predicted 2-3, is that 2-3 to Portugal or is that 2-3 to the Spanish? Where is Johnny A? That's a good question. That is a good question. I'm not sure. Maybe watching the game, maybe enjoying the last few hours of the weekend before the dreaded week begins. I'd rather watch Dembele win a Ballon d'Or than Penaldo, Tapinaldo, Bullshit Ronaldo win another trophy. Fair enough. It's good to understand where and how the hierarchy of hatred is and how that operates. So it seems like Ronaldo's at the top of your hatred list. Dembele is on your hatred list, but he's probably a bit lower down. Sonny really hates Penaldo. It certainly seems like that. I always thought Sonny hated Dembele the most because Sonny always used to call him Snake Belly. So when we were watching like PSG versus Barcelona, he's like, I hate Snake Belly and so forth. So I thought, okay, maybe he hates Dembele the most, but I think we've all learned something today that Dembele is like mid-table on Sonny's hated list. High 7 says, what's up with Sonny? he's not a Ronaldo fan. He supports Barcelona. Johnny says, for Spain. So there's your answer to Sonny's question. So Johnny predicted 2-3. Sonny said 2-3 to who? And Johnny said to Spain. So he's predicting a Spanish victory. It's Penaldo, not Ponal. Dayan says, Inshallah, Spain score last minute winner. Let's hope so. They're on the ascendancy again here. Again, they're trying to kind of play out of the press by the looks of it. They did that quite nicely. Cucurella to Williams on the left. I've still got bloody Blastoise. I've still got bloody Blastoise on the screen. High 7 says Penaldo is 40-year-old scoring against the best national teams right now. That's the thing. Like he's still kind of performing, if you know what I mean. Dayan says tap in, to be fair. Yeah. It was a tap in, but like he still has to kind of get into the right position, if you know what I mean. Sonny says, Dayan, you're my friend for life. If Spain scores, quite the compelling prospect. Johnny says, I like Penaldo more, but if you say so. Penaldo does sound like a bit funnier than Penaldo. I can't lie. High Seven says it doesn't matter tapping. He's still scoring at 40. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like he's still kind of delivering, and like as much as I am not a fan of him, kind of given that he played for Man United, and kind of given that he played for Real Madrid, I think I also have to kind of give him his dues to say, you know what, he's 40, he's still in amazing condition. He's not the player he once was, but I can only hate to a certain degree. Sonny says, I got another name. Thanks, Johnny. Pupinaldo. That might be the best one, yeah. Johnny says, but it is a tap-in. True. I hear that. But equally, he has to kind of get into the position to do the tap-in. High Seven says, Messi at 37 Burger League, whilst Ronaldo at 37 scoring hat-tricks in the Premier League. Interesting argument there. Sleepy Emoji says, where can I watch the game? On DAZN. Jesus Christ, give him the 40-year still scoring Dubai. the 40-year still scoring the Dubai the O. That's that needs to be an award. Ruby Chan Commento says, best physique though, yeah. That's another thing. I mean, he looks after himself very well, eats very healthy, exercises 25 hours a day. You know, he finds an extra hour within the day to exercise. I think you have to respect that level of commitment as well. Luka is 39. He's still good too. Is this Modric? Modric we're talking about? High Seven says Haaland also scores tap-ins, and he's the best striker in the world. True. Like my view on the tap-in thing is like, I get it. I get why people make fun of it, but equally, like a goal is movement and it's finishing, right? That's what makes a goal, movement and finishing. That's what makes any good goal. A tap-in has the movement aspect, but perhaps doesn't have the finishing aspect. But it still has the movement aspect, I guess. But it is still funny though when people just make fun of the tap-ins. It's funny how it riles people up. Sonny says Messi at 35, conquer the world. Where was Penaldo? Fair point. Poopnaldo is way better. You're welcome, Sonny. I'm liking Poopnaldo. His wife is also good. That's good to know. Will your 20-year-old friend approve of that? Who knows? Liverpool goals says, where'd you get the older kids' shirts? From the Democratic Republic of China. They're quite good. You just have to get like a slightly bigger size. Like this is like an XL. Like I'm normally like an L, a large, and this is like an XL, and it's probably a bit loose, but it's probably the right size. But yeah, mostly from like China, to be honest with you. Haaland, stay humble. Not my girlfriend anymore, says Johnny. So Johnny's made his mind up. Johnny has moved on. Johnny's putting his foot down. Sonny says, why are we bringing someone's wife into this, Johnny? Stay focused, man. I know these Penaldo fanboys make it tough, but still, man. What's the thing with... Is it Messi's wife? Like, is this like a thing I'm not aware of? Like, what is the thing? There are some great older shirts I would like to own. Yeah. That was kind of my logic as well. This one is like 90s, I think, or maybe late 80s. This one's quite nice. I've got that yellow one that I think you've seen. That one's quite nice. I think I've got another retro one, which is one with like Kenny Dalglish on the back. But yeah, definitely check it out. Check it out. Not too expensive either. Like 10 15 quid. Johnny says, women and football are my weaknesses. Sorry, man. Interesting. So if you were to meet a woman that played football, that would be like your ultimate weakness then, because you'd have two in one. AM Ronaldo fan here, celebrating the Ronaldo goal. Portugal coming back into this, to be fair. Coming back into this. Shows my prediction was nonsense. Me saying it'll be 2-0. That's Johnny's dream, it would appear. Fair play. Appreciate the honesty. Liverpool Goals is saying, is this Johnny Bravo in the chat? To provide some context to Liverpool Goals, aka Red Rebellion, Johnny, I think the first time Johnny joined the stream was maybe last week. And then Johnny was saying, I don't have a profile picture. What should I put? And I was like, since you support Barcelona, which is B, put Johnny Bravo, because that's also Johnny B. And then I'll remember this is the Johnny that supports Barcelona. I wasn't expecting him to actually do it. But today when Johnny joined, he had a Johnny Bravo picture. so that's the history behind it. I'm happy to see my suggestion was taken on board. I liked Johnny Bravo. It was a good cartoon. They probably wouldn't make it now. It was Champions League. Yes. It was 12 days ago, apparently. Around that time. Spain getting quite deep here. Spain got every player in their own half, which is surprising. I mean, I've been talking all week about how Spain have got this. So if Portugal win this, I'm going to look a bit silly. Goes to Leao now. Leao's on the left. Crosses it. Ooh, nice cross, Nice cross. But cleared. Mr. Diogo is still on the bench. Come on, Jota. Sunny is saying it was our discussion night about Ter Stegen and whatever the second half says there. But yeah, it was that day. Tiki Taka on fire, plus the Gerrard emote. Very nice. I'm glad those emotes are catching on. Ruben Diaz arguing with the referee. And it looks like Neto might be taking a corner. Well, he was going to take the corner, but I think Fernandez has pulled rank. They just whilst this gets sorted out, they're just showing the Ronaldo goal again. Nuno Mendes is amazing, man. How old is Nuno Mendes? Nuno Mendes, born 2000. He's only 22 as well. He's only 22. Nuno Alexandre Tavares Mendes. He was born in Sintra. I went to Sintra in November. What the hell? I was there in November. I was literally there in November. He's obviously not born there because that's the bloody castle. I went to this castle in November. I'm like, he's born in Sintra? I didn't know that. But anyway, he's age 22. Yeah, I thought he was older than that, but he's gonna be going for a while. Fish is back. Good to hear, Fish. Good to have you back as always. Sonny says Tiki Taka and Gerrard are the furthest thing from each other. Johnny says, and I admit defeat, not the best, but one of. Okay, I think that's fair. We can say that. The Ter Stegen debate is resolved, so I don't have to feel like I'm in the middle again. Oh, God. Sonny, aka Ronaldo's biggest fan, says they are showing this because they know they have to milk the one goal in Ronaldo international final. I mean, you might actually have a point, to be fair. Sonny says defeat for what? I presume on your Ter Stegen discussion. Johnny says, but not slipping. That always helps. Oh, don't tell me that's Zubamendi again. It was. Ooh, nice shot. Asensio. Nice shot from outside the box, but Diogo Costa saves it. If this continues, does it go straight to penalties or is there extra time? Yamal crossed with the outside of the foot. Oh, saved. You did, Jenny. Dawood asked in the chat earlier. Somebody mentioned 2-2 earlier. Who was it? And I was like, it was Jenny Thong. Jenny Thong said it was 2-2. So we were bigging you up earlier. So it looks like Jenny was correct. So yeah, you did predict that. I can testify that you did say that earlier. So yeah, it looks like you might be correct. Sunny says, is this what victory feels like? I don't know. Johnny admits defeat. My ancestors are proud of me. They are proud of you. But remember, we said you and Johnny are long lost brothers. So your ancestors are probably the same if you're twins. It can go penalty shootout. So is it penalty shootout after this? But they might score here. Oh, and it's cleared off the line. I thought Spain were going to score. Nah, players a mile off anyway. False alarm. Sonny says it won't go to penalty. Either win for Penaldo or another loss is exaggerated. Oh god. Or another loss in his exaggerated career. I actually love and respect just the level of hatred that you have for Ronaldo. It's just so funny. It's just so funny. Jenny says, you maybe hide me? Nope. What channel you got it on? As in the game? The game's on DAZN. Jenny, when I saw your profile picture, I thought something else. It comes up really small on mine. Like, I always thought it was like Kill Bill. Like, you know, like the Kill Bill movie poster. But I don't think it is. It's like a person with a dog. But I like, it's really, really small. Like, because I'm on like a desktop. If you like leave a comment on like one of the videos, even if it's just like a dot or something, then I can see it. It says something rule, and I think it's like a person with like a dog on the lead, but I can't see anything else. What did you think it was, Johnny? I thought it was the Kill Bill poster. You know that movie? It's not that though. Like, you know this? As in Kill Bill. I thought it was that. Like that. But it's not that. It's a mystery. Oh, it's on ITV1. I didn't even know it's on ITV1, to be fair. I probably should have checked that beforehand. Yeah, I think I might be a minute behind you. I might switch over to ITV1 after, like, if this continues, if you know what I mean. Actually, let me just load up. I'll quickly load up ITV1 and see who's further along. Oh my god, ITV1 have called it Season 1, Episode 11. Fish says, no, Ronaldo injured. Is he injured? I saw him kind of coming off, but I didn't know if he was injured. Sonny says, Jenny, don't spoil it for me. Of course, if Spain scores, tell me. If Spain scores, tell me. But if Penaldo scores, don't tell me. Fair enough. It says, chick rule, men make good pets. That's what my profile say. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sonny says, let's go. Another final ghosting. Is it still ghosting if you score? Just to play devil's advocate slightly. I'll admit, other than the goal, he didn't do anything. Where's Jota, man? Why is Mr. Diogo not getting on the pitch? They've brought on Goncalo Ramos. Jenny says, won't spoil it for you or Sonny, mate. Appreciate that, Jenny. Ooh, Liago's down there. Free kick, edge of the box. This could be dangerous. Could be very dangerous. Fernandez taking a free kick here. Edge of box. Taking free kick on edge of box. Takes free kick. Ooh, saved. Sonny says he scored a tap in and he didn't even provide like any spaces or hold the ball for his teammate. Isn't he supposed to be a pure number 9 because he just won the Saudi Premier League Player of the Season? Even though a player scored more goals than him in the league and also didn't win the Saudi Pro League. I get it, Saudi milked the 40-year-old for all his worth, yeah. He's the biggest name, so I think for better or for worse, he's gonna kind of win the awards. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately. That's 90 minutes done with. Is this penalties now? I mean, I presume it's extra time. Because if it was penalties, they wouldn't have brought Ronaldo off. Wow. Extra time, man. So Jenny's prediction is currently still is still on track. Yeah, that trophy is horrible, man. Weird ass Nations League trophy. See, I should really stop the timer, which I will do in a second. Sonny asks, is Ronaldo off the pitch? Damn, Portugal will win now. I appreciate. I appreciate and respect the consistency of the Ronaldo hatred. It's magical, really. S says Nuno Mendes man of the match. You might be right. That Nuno Mendes guy is just too good. The way he just kind of skipped past Yamal, kind of like Yamal wasn't there, and then whipped that cross in. I appreciate the cross took a deflection, but it is what it is. He's a top player, man. He's had an amazing season for PSG, and like the season's over now. Like he should be having a rest, he should be recovering, but even in this game, he's on fire. We googled him earlier. I thought he was like mid-20s. He's only 22. S asks, Nuno Mendes will be better than Cancelo? I think so. He impresses me. I mean, I don't know how you feel, but for me, like he impresses me every time I see him. I'm like, dang. Like defensively, he's elite. Going forward, he's elite. I can't really ask much more, really. Speaking of, they've got the camera on him now. S says a wasted talent, Cancelo, though. Yeah. Things, I thought he was going to kind of, excel at Man City and then go on to be this kind of superstar. But, and I guess he was for a small period of time, but then he kind of got moved around. And then, his career perhaps didn't take the trajectory, or I would have thought. Jenny Thong says, how long you got left, mate? My first half of extra time is about to start. So my time is wrong because I haven't. But they're just about to kick off for me. Set it back to 90. Ramos and Fernandez standing over the ball. Fernandez scratching his armpits. Ref waiting to blow the whistle. Come on, man. Kick off the ball. Kick off the game. There we go. Kicked off. Cancelo. Johnny posted a message. I didn't withhold that message. That was Twitch that withheld that. That wasn't me, by the way. Cancelo never found footing in any team. Yeah. You've described it better than I did. He kind of never found footing. Jenny says, told you 2-2 watching it on ITV1 and you're way behind me. The way you're describing that game on DAZN, you're way behind me full 3 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm a fair amount behind, to be fair. I told you 2-2, mate. Said Portugal win on penalties. What do you think my 2-2 full time? I mean, your prediction has already won. I said 2-0. Dayon said 3-1. You said 2-2. So from a prediction perspective, like you're already the winner. But if the full context of that does happen, so Portugal win on penalties, then yeah, definitely do the lottery this week. Sunny says, I guess Saudi Pro League has some advantage as it works as a good retirement house like Pupanaldo. It does. Speaking of Saudi League, I saw that Victor Osimhen has declined a move there. So it looks like Osimhen's not going to go there. So I don't know if they are... This is Al Hilal, by the way. So I don't know if Al Al Hilal are now going to divert their attention to a certain Uruguayan. Let's hope so. Every washed footballer should go there, says Sonny. Sonny says, Jenny, who will win? Well, Jenny's prediction is here. 2-2. And Portugal win on penalties. Jenny says, "Why won't you put on ITV1?" I tried. I'm on the computer. I tried loading it up. It just doesn't seem to work for me. I don't know why. Websites being a bit weird. Like the subtitles come up, but the game don't come up. I don't know. I mean, I could. Let me try this computer over here. I've got two computers because I'm extra like that. Jenny says, "You got TV, mate?" I do. I don't know if you can see behind the chair. I do. The only kind of downside is to stream, I need to be plugged in. Like streaming over Wi-Fi, it gets very very stuttery, very laggy, and then no one can hear me, and then I'm lagging. So I have to be in this room because this room I've got all the ports for the internet. Yeah, even on ITV's website, they're just 2 seconds ahead. But yeah, I think the proper ITV on the TV, that signal tends to be like ahead of everything. To be fair. Sonny says, Jenny, this is BS today. Even Madrid and Visca Barker are working together. It's Spain's night. Well, let's see who ends up being correct. Sonny thinks Spain are going to do it. Jenny thinks Portugal are going to do it. Let's see how it goes. Liao is just standing there. Jenny says 96 minutes I'm on. Yeah, I think you're about a minute ahead. I presume there's no golden goal or those kind of things. Those things don't exist anymore, do they? Neto's gone down. Sonny says if Portugal wins, the only good thing happened this year will be that it was 2025 years since Jesus was born. Fair enough. Is that the only good thing? Liverpool won the league? No. I appreciate you're a Barcelona fan, but even then, what other good things have happened this year? There must be other good things that have happened this year. Crystal Palace won the FA Cup. That's pretty cool. Poor pass there by Mendes, and I know we've been hyping it up. Goes to Zubamendi. Crossed in by Spain. Cleared. Goes to what's his face? Cucurella. Hits it over. I was gonna say the bloke with the hair. Sonny says, I don't care about Crystal Palace like they won't care about Barcelona League. Oh yeah, of course. That's surely the most obvious thing to say to you. I'm like, what other good things have happened this year? And obviously, for someone who supports Barcelona, them winning the league is a pretty nice thing. Ooh, is that Nuno Mendes? Is that Nuno Mendes running down the left? Beats his man, beats the second man, and then falls over. No. You do all the hard work, and as soon as you lose the ball, you just fall over. Ooh, there's a fight going on. There's a fight going on. Well, that's unfortunate. Why did the players have to stop the fight? I don't know if anyone watched UFC yesterday, but it was rubbish. So I was hoping this would satisfy the cravings. But unfortunately, they stopped the fight. Nuno Mendes is getting booked. Unfortunate. Just please tell me someone Eric Cantona Ronaldo. What does that mean? What does that mean, Eric Cantona Ronaldo? Oh, right. You're saying, please tell me somebody does the Eric Cantona on Ronaldo, as in kicks him in the face. Oh God. I mean, I respect the consistency of the Ronaldo hatred. It requires a level of energy, like fair play. Red card check, but it looks like it's just gonna be waved away. Yeah, replaying that now, Baena pretty much shoved Nuno Mendes down. Here's Liao. Liao skipping past multiple players. Ball goes out. Damn, Liao has like the cleanest looking teeth I've ever seen. Like, what toothpaste does he use? I appreciate they're probably fake, but if they're not fake, then I'm quite impressed. Energy comes with a package of being a Messi and Barcelona fan. And just the name Penaldo boosts it up to 200%. So if you ever do exercise, or ever go for a run, or ever go for a gym, you just think about Ronaldo. And it will give you more energy than you could ever need or hope for. Ooh, that was poor. That was poor by Liao. Spain are countering though. Yamal with a terrible pass. That's not a Ballon d'Or winning pass. Salah does that pass. John with 3 question marks says, bro, a robbery on Liao. Are you referring to the tackle there by Yamal? Proper robbery on Mendes. Bayena like literally shoved him. If that's what you're referring to. Mendes went flying and then Mendes got booked. Madness. Refereeing standards in the mud. Neto getting pushed, so robbed, yeah. Referee needs to get a bit better control of the game. In that situation, like Bayena was clearly the aggressor. And it's always a lazy thing I find when referees just book both of them. It's like when your teacher used to say, "Oh, I'm saying it to everyone," but it's like, no, it wasn't everyone that was doing it. It's just lazy refereeing. You know, when they book everyone, like, here's a booking for you, and here's a booking for you as well. That's just lazy. Referee so blind. What the F? Yeah. He's probably tired by the looks of it. But yeah, it was a bizarre decision, a lazy decision just to book everyone. Sunny says, all jokes aside, Portugal did way better than what I expected. So great performance by Portugal, and you too, Mr. Tapinaldo. Or Cristiano Tapinaldo. Fair enough. I mean, he got the goal. Which is a positive. Negative is he probably didn't do much other than that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Speaking of doing nothing, here's Yamal. Almost loses the ball again, but gets it back. Takes a shot from about 20 yards. More like 30 yards to be fair, but it gets saved. Portugal building up again. Ramos is full of energy, to be fair. You know, Goncalo Ramos, who came on for Ronaldo. He is very energetic. Spain get the ball back. First half of extra time is done, thank the Lord. Is there really any point to the second half of extra time? Because let's be honest, both teams are probably going to play for penalties. I will pause the timer. There we go. Sunny says, if Portugal wins, who has a greater international career? Messi, 1 World Cup, 2 COPA, or Penaldo, 1 Euro and 2 Nations League? Messi for me. You can say like you could say like the Copa America is equivalent to the Euros. So Messi's got 1 more of those. the Nations League, I again for me is kind of still like a friendly tournament basically, whereas the World Cup is on a league of its own, and Messi's got one of those. So yeah, I'd say based on those statistics, I'd say Messi has the greater international career. Bring on Diogo Jota, man. If they've still got any subs left. I don't know if they have. Thank you. That's what I needed to hear. And now I rest my case. No problem. Happy to provide the service. Are you gonna say that's more service than Tapinaldo has provided to his team? Oh, Yamal's come off. Yamal is off. But not my absolute livid hatred for Pinaldo. That lives until he retires. Wow. Fair enough. At least you haven't said until he dies. So at least post-retirement. Post-retirement, there can be some amicability. Speaking of Jota, he's coming on. He's coming on. Mr. Diogo. Is Diogo going to get the winner? Ronaldo is kissing Jota. He's kissing Jota a few times. Jota says, get away from me. Jota says, I'm going to fly to the US. Now Jota's on. This has Diogo Jota goal written all over it. I hope. Post-retirement, he is going to always be second to Messi. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Second's not too bad. Just having a look. What games are coming up next week? There's the Liverpool game on Tuesday. And when I say the Liverpool game, I mean the Netherlands game. That could be good. Wednesdays there's nothing. Like, I'd love to watch these games like Brazil, Paraguay. Like, I'd love to watch that. But it's at like 1:45 in the morning. Club World Cup, that starts on Sunday by the looks of it. Does that mean these players like Nuno Mendes and so forth, they only get a week off work before they're playing the Club World Cup, or what? Ronaldo kissed Jota. Missed. That's football heritage. It is. Football heritage. Yeah, it looks like there's a game on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's nothing. Thursday, there's nothing. Friday, there's nothing. So I'll have to be gaming on those days. Saturday, there's nothing. But Sunday, there is. Harry's Gaming and Music. How you doing, Harry? Hope you're well. Hope you've had a fabulous weekend. I reckon it will. On my one here, it's on 108 minutes. Typically, kind of, when you get to second half of extra time, both teams tend to be playing for penalties. So yeah, I reckon it will. Because typically in this situation, kind of neither team wants to take too much of a risk, I guess. So yeah, I think it will. What do you think? Do you think it will go to penalties? Sonny says, yeah, at least the players will get the rest for 3 seasons. It's only the 4th season where there's a BS amount of games. Oh, okay, fair enough. So it's just this particular season. They'll have 3 years of no BS before the BS starts again. Durwood asks, how does the Portugal assistant manager have time for anything outside of football? Is he the guy with the blonde hair that's doing this on the touchline? I don't know. I don't think he does have time. I think he's the type of guy that goes to McDonald's and they ask him, what do you want? And he goes, and they're like, do you want a burger? Do you want fries? And he's like, and then hopefully they kick him out. Harry's Gaming and Music says, yeah, I reckon it will, but Portugal have had a lot of good chances, so I think they'll score. They will win or score before penalties. Okay, interesting. It could certainly happen. They're playing like they got a bit more energy. Liao, even when he gets fouled, is smiling. Like I respect the commitment to being happy. Could happen. Could happen, Harry. Portugal look like they got a bit more energy. Sonny says, my bad, I completely forgot about the Euros, COPA and the World Cups. So yeah, those players are screwed, especially the bigger nations. The players are screwed, but we are not screwed because it gives us something to watch. So we will continue to manipulate them and then criticize them from afar. He's Villa's set piece coach. Yeah, I had a feeling I recognized him. So club football during most of the season. And then when the players go off for internationals and Unai Emery is having a rest, Mr. Blonde Hair is jetting off with the players to go do that for Portugal. Harry Potter, it's still Spain's night. Certainly could be. Could also be Portugal's night. Unai Simon taking a long goal kick / free kick type of thing. They've brought Morata on, which is kind of what you do when you kind of give up. Morata, I don't understand how he's a professional footballer. Like what is he good at? What does he excel at? He's not fast. He's not a good finisher. I just find him useless and ineffective. What do you think about Gareth Southgate's legacy? What legacy? Like, I think it's vastly overrated by the media. They keep saying that, oh my God, he transformed England. He transformed England. No, he didn't. He just had a new crop of young players. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't create Jude Bellingham. He just happened to be the manager when Jude Bellingham came through. That's the way I see it. I mean, like Roy Hodgson and Sam Allardyce, granted they were rubbish, but equally they had 34-year-old Wayne Rooney. Gareth Southgate happened to be the manager, and I'm underplaying it to a certain degree, but I just feel like Southgate happened to be the manager when a new crop of youngsters came through who were very good. And I think he should have done better. He's not the worst manager in the world, but I think he was tactically quite inept, far too defensive. You could certainly argue that he wasted kind of England's best chance at a big trophy by just being far too pragmatic. Got the lead early versus Italy with a Luke Shaw goal, decided to put every player behind the ball, and then ended up losing. And he got a knighthood, like he's a sir now. I'm like, for what? Like, they're just handing out knighthoods to everyone now. Apparently, David Beckham is going to get one as well. Like, for what? He doesn't even live in the UK, he lives in the US. I think vastly overrated would be my answer. Again, not the worst thing ever, but thankfully he's gone now. And they've got someone even more defensive. Probably stayed one tournament too long as well, I think. Yeah. It's the classic meme of you get a medal, everyone gets a medal. Yeah, it is. It is a case of that. Just handing them out at this point. Like, I appreciate kind of people do good things in kind of daily life, more like the normal people that, you know, kind of save lives and that sort of thing. I'm like, yeah, give it to them. I know it's like they've got like a section for like services to sport, and it feels like they just try and fill that section. You know what I mean? They just try and fill that section rather than if you deserve it. So like if everything's bad, they just give it to whoever's the least bad, rather than it being a reward for actual performance. Like if Crystal Palace had like an English manager, then yeah, give it to them. 5 minutes left. Crossed in. Spain crossed it in. I knew nothing was gonna happen. So I didn't even bother calling it out. I guess why is the clock stopped? That's a good question. I don't know. I think I perhaps didn't start it after the second half of extra time. There we go. I think I set it back. I set it back to 115. Didn't remember to start it. Sang13 says Punjabi. I understand Punjabi. I speak a bit of Punjabi. I like a few Gurdas Maan songs, if that's helpful. I mean, I speak a mixture of like Punjabi, Urdu. But yeah, I get the gist of it. Seng13 says, "Aapke ethnicity kya hai?" Parents from Pakistan. I was born in England. How about you? Win prediction. I thought Spain would win this 2-0. So my prediction is completely incorrect. Completely incorrect now. I mean, both teams look alright. I'll stick to my guns. I'll stick to my guns of my original prediction and go for Spain winning on penalties. But um, if if um, if Portugal win, I won't be surprised. Seng says, Born Punjabi stuck in Canada. Do you live in Brampton? Brampton which Munda Renda. Do you know that song? I think it's called Guddy Red Challenger. No way. I do know the song. I live in Manitoba. Nice. Whereabouts is Manitoba? Canadian province. Oh, it's Winnipeg. Okay. Nice. So kind of in the central. Have you got a favorite Punjabi Canadian? I used to watch Just Rain back in the day. Just Meet. Do you remember him? He was really good. Sonny says, Spain wins on penalties will be ironic considering the greatest penalty player will be in the opposition on the bench. On the bench. Yeah, it gets cold as hell. Yeah, I've heard. I'm considering kind of going to Canada for like my next holiday. I was doing some initial research and they were like October, November time is okay, but don't go in the winter because you'll be absolutely freezing kind of thing. I watched him too. Yeah, did you watch his series Late Bloomers? I haven't seen that yet. I know he made like a comeback, didn't he? Like he used to make videos like about Gurdas Man Kita Hai. And then he disappeared for like 10 years and then he came back. I haven't seen that series. Is that good? Is that worth watching? I more watch like his old videos, like his kind of skits and things that he used to do. Penaldo may have some tactics regarding the penalty shootout. He could do. He certainly could do. I bet he wishes he was still on the pitch. But yeah, it is penalty shootout now for me. Visit Banff and Vancouver. So Banff is that park, isn't it? It's that park, I believe. I was doing a bit of research. Is it like easy to get to though, like without a car? That was like my only concern. But from like a visual perspective, like it looks pretty amazing. I haven't watched the series too, but they say it's really good. Yeah, I've heard it's good. I don't know what it's about. I think I've heard like it's about his life, like in the kind of early days growing up. I think, but I might be wrong. But yeah, I might have to check it out. Sonny says every time Penaldo sees someone taking a penalty, he talks to himself and says, "It should have been me." Yeah, I think, especially if they score. Martinez giving some tactics to his team. Nervous times. Penalty shootouts are exciting, but they're a lot less stressful when you're neutral and you don't really care who wins. Like if I was Spanish or Portuguese, I would be breaking it right now. Like Morata's the captain. Why is Morata the captain? Morata is useless. Jenny says, I told you 2-2 start of the night and said pro start of the night. You did. You did. You actually said it this afternoon as well. You were ahead of the game. You were ahead of the game. I mean, to get the score 100% correct is impressive. Let Portugal win, but Ronaldo lose. I don't know how you could do it, but do it. Yeah. Yeah. Stepping up now. It looks like it's Ramos who shall be taking the first penalty. Got a chair on wheels, man. It keeps like sliding all over the place. But anyway, Ramos versus Unai Simon. Scores 1-0. I'm not going to put every penalty result on because I don't have that level of energy. And that's what I'm saying. I want Jota to win, but not Ronaldo. Yeah, if there's a way Jota can win and Ronaldo can't, that would be that seems to be the preference here. Sonny says it's time to see Penaldo's tears. Said this afternoon Portugal to win penalties too. You did. You predicted the score and you said Portugal will win on penalties. So even if they don't win, I mean, it's still an impressive prediction, to be fair. Portugal penalty and they score. 1-1. Mr. Mikel Merino, aka Arsenal's best striker. Vitinha stepping up now. Vitinha doing the slow, kind of creepy run, but he gets it in. And Vitinha is swinging a thong on his finger. What's that about? And why does he have a thong with him? A bit weird to bring onto a football pitch, but it's your life, Vitinha. Toot toot. Toot toot. Drink out. Sonny says it's from Jenny. Could be the good luck charm. Oh, right, it's his headband. Fair enough, that makes a bit more sense. I was like, why has he got a thong and why is he swinging it around? That's a bit weird. But it's his headband. So suddenly life makes a lot more sense. Life becomes a bit incoherent when you've been streaming for 5 hours. So, speaking of assholes, here's Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes steps up. Ah, he scored. Damn it. I hate how much of a good penalty that was. Isco stepping up now. Will Isco be the first one to miss? Will he be Misco? Isco or Misco? I thought he was going to Misco, but he is Isco. He scored. 3-3. I mean, the nerves must just be increasing and increasing if you're kind of the next one stepping up. Is Nuno Mendes. I can't lie. I quite like Nuno Mendes. I hope he scores. Oh, nice penalty, man. Went high and went into the side netting. This guy, he's an elite player, man. Nuno Mendes. I mean, keeper went the right way, but still couldn't really save it. Morata, who I've been hating on. Let's see what Morata does. And Morata's penalty gets saved. Because I told you, this guy is a pile of trash. When he came on, I said, what are this guy's strengths? He's not fast. He's not a good finisher. He is levels of useless that exceed the average levels of useless. Most bang average, plain type of striker I've ever seen in my life. Absolute waste of space. Absolute waste of oxygen. And now Portugal have a chance to win it. Jenny has an opportunity for all the marbles here. And Portugal do win it. And more importantly, Jenny has won the lottery with an amazing prediction. Alvaro Morata, you should leave the squad and don't play in the World Cup 2026. Yeah, leave the squad, leave the country, leave football, because football has clearly left you. The most bang average striker. If he wasn't called Morata, if he was called Dave Smith or something, like he wouldn't be getting into teams. He is just absolutely atrocious as a player. What are people saying about Morata? Morata never misses his chances to miss. Morata is a terrible footballer, by the way. Stole a living. F you, Morata. Sonny says, wow, time to see Penaldo fanboys being happy, which is a long time coming. I appreciate the hatred. Jenny says, who daddy all right? Definitely Jenny. As soon as that last penalty went in, I said, Jenny was bang on the money, was bang on correct. Didn't just predict the result, also predicted the penalty shootout. Jenny must be a time traveler from the future, because that's a scary level of accuracy. And Raya says trophyless, and Raya goes trophyless again. He does. It is the Arsenal DNA. He cannot help it. It is embedded within them. Said it at the start of the afternoon. Indeed you did. Indeed you did. I was there for it. Most of us were there for it. You were 100% correct. Ask La Portuguese says, Vamos! Vamos! Fair play. They did what they had to do. I'm just looking at what everyone's saying about Morata. And it's pretty funny. How are you still playing football? He's just a terrible player. How is the earth still okay with having such a human on it? Are you referring to Morata? Because I was hating on him as well when he came on. Saying, I don't know what he offers. I don't know what his strengths are. He's piles of useless that I've never quite mentioned. Durwood says, but I'm happy that it's over. Me too. I think we have our lives back to a certain degree. until the Club World Cup starts. Actually, no, there's a few games on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm happy this tournament is over, because we are one step closer to the proper football coming back in a month. Kando Bar says, the GOAT has done it again. The GOAT has indeed done it again. People are saying, I'll show you. I'm just searching for Morata, because hating on Morata is one of my favorite kind of hobbies. This guy saying, of course Morata wins, man is washed. Why did they keep letting Morata take penalties? 100%. Morata is such a bad luck for Spain, 100%. A lot of these are in Spanish, but I would hazard a guess that they're not saying nice things. Morata, that was a shocking penalty, man. It was. Why is it always Morata? Because he's awful. Of course it's Morata who made Spain lose. What the hell was Morata doing? Morata, I love you. That's not a Spanish man. As the Portuguese were hiding, only shows up when they win because they know it's their last trophy. I do find the Ronaldo slander quite funny. I knew it had to be him, just for shaking my head. Had to be Morata, isn't it? Why would they let Morata take a penalty? The GOAT did it after being subbed off, while Messi did it in the crunch moment against France. Levels to the game. I hear you. Cool. Good stuff, guys. But anyway, you're probably sick of the sight of my face at this point. 10 to 11 now. So it's pretty late in the United Kingdom. Dembele officially winning the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I mean, I obviously want Salah to win it for obvious reasons, but I think I've made terms and I've like mentally kind of prepared myself with the fact that he's not going to get it, if you know what I mean. So at this point, I'm like, okay, if it's not Salah, then kind of whoever kind of thing. Nuvgrinum, nice username. I like it. I told you at the start of the stream it would be 2-2. You were bang on correct. Man United fan with 7 ends. I don't need to count the ends because I remember from this afternoon. Portugal won on penalties. Indeed, they did. Durwood says, have a good night, everyone. You too. Hope you have a good evening because it is 5:50 for you. So yeah, hope you have a good evening. It's 10:50 for us here. But yeah, I'm gonna go now because as I said, I've done 2 games today and your phone is probably sick of me. So I was going to say I will depart, and I'm like, why the hell am I talking like I'm the fucking queen or something? I saw someone put Ecuador as the top 5 best country. Well, probably not in a top 5 footballing list, I would think, but that's fair enough. But anyway, gonna go now. Probably back on Tuesday for the Netherlands game. So I'll hopefully see some of you then on Tuesday. And then yeah, we'll see what happens. Just gonna read off some final few comments before I go. United going down this season, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's hope they buy Morata to solve their striking woes. And then yeah, they'll probably get. Oh, that trophy looks disgusting. The little curls on it. It looks like wrapping paper. Like what the hell? It literally looks like bloody wrapping paper. This is a horrible looking trophy. You let Penaldo win, God won't find you. That you might be onto something there. But anyway, I'm going now. See some of you on Tuesday. Hope you have a nice remainder of the weekend. I won't say hope you have a nice Monday because Mondays are trash. But hopefully see some of you guys on Sunday. Take care, guys. All the best.